Hello. Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. The live stream. The live stream. How's everybody doing? Let's do roll call again. Everybody say hello. Say where you're from. Tell us how you're doing here in this stay-at-home lifestyle that most of us across the globe are living in. Stay-at-home lifestyle. All right. Oh, keep singing. Excellent. Keep singing. Keep singing. Keep singing. I do try my hardest. Do my little best. Hello, Missouri. Hello, Florida. Hello, Nevada. This is the USA time slot. Is the 7 p.m. storytime time slot. So, oh, and Poland. Is it not the middle of the night? Yes, I imagine this is also better for Australia. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys are awake right now. What time is it in Germany or Scotland or Poland? I feel like it's probably late. 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Well, thank you so much for waking up at 2 a.m. to come to fucking the Storytime fucking live stream, man. Woo! Somebody here listened to Rise of the Phoenix Lord while picking up dog poop. That's great. That's a good way to pass the time. It's 1 a.m. It's 2 a.m. Oh, you guys are awesome. I'm happy that you're here. Welcome to the show. Because once you go to sleep, man, getting up at 2 a.m. is not great. But maybe you did that. I don't know. Maybe you're good at that. Not me. Shing shing. Better make it worth it. Oh my goodness. I think I chose a real winner here today. So we're going in a different direction this time. If you were at the live stream last time, or if you watched the live stream after it was posted, I've chosen a new direction to go in this time. I can't keep it, you know. We've got plenty of wholesome baby stories. Keep sending the wholesome baby stories, by the way. They're fun. I love them. Continue sending them to us. So, you know, we've got crackfic. We've got wholesome baby stories. We've got more crackfic. We've got some real gross stuff. So, you know, as every live stream is going to have its own sort of something happening. I did leave the gross stuff for Kim, though. I'm not going to do that. But, you know, to each their own. This is going to be crackfic. We're going in a crackfic direction. This is going to be sort of fanatical fix specific / fanatical fix references sort of an area. I think the author's here again, probably. If you're looking at if you saw the title of the live stream, it says no title yet. That's the title of the fanfic. Is no title yet. So I'm very excited about it. Oh, you're here. Excellent. The author is here. Author's in the house. I'm so stoked. I love this story. Oh, Kim will do some gross stuff someday, sometime. Before these. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm by myself and I can't just like defer to Kim to spew some whatever at that moment. You titled it after something I threatened Kim with? Well, that checks out. I can't remember anything I've ever said on the podcast. You can also probably hear my dryer. I'm really failing at the audio portion for a person who has an audio medium thing. Okay. Have we stalled for long enough? Is there anything else we need to stall about? I could sing more. I'm singing. Sing more? Is your live stream breaking up? Is everyone's live stream breaking up? It seems fine on my end. But sing more. You guys shouldn't be encouraging me here. Just sing the entire, oh my god, the playlist is out of control. I created a monster. It's outside of my control. Gotcha. Oh, quarantine broke the internet. That sucks. I hate it when it does that. Our regularly scheduled quarantine. Okay. Okay. I think that we will go ahead and get started then. I hope that anybody that's having a laggy issue is able to deal with that and that it's not me. Raise your hand if this is fine. I want to make sure that if, at least for a couple of people, that everything seems to be going correctly here before I get started. Brazil? What's up, Brazil? That's awesome. That is awesome. But it's better now. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead then. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone that's here. Hi, everyone that's watching later. I'm going to read a fan fiction today. This fan fiction is a crack fan fiction sent to us by one of our listeners who's here in the lovely chat today. So, as per usual with our Storytime live streams, no flames. This is a wonderful and supporting community zone. And let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Excellent. I'm not reading off my phone today. I'm going to read off my computer. So here we go. This is called No Title Yet. Oh, wait. Can I read your author's note? Is that allowed? Can you tell me if I'm allowed to read your author's note? Yes, excellent. I'm allowed to read the author's note. Let's go. Okay. This is entitled No Title Yet, ... And I'd like to start out with the author's note here. AN. This has been in my head since I heard a certain episode of Fanaticalfics. Please tell us which episode that was over here in the chat. I don't have pixie sticks, but I am about 3 glasses of wine in. I think this might count as crackfic. And let me tell you right now, it does count as crackfic. Let's go. No title yet. Now, Draco, are you sure you want this? Asked Professor Snape. Yes, Professor. I've seen what you've done with it and how you use it. My father also has spoken of it, drawled Draco. Fine. Just be sure you are very careful and never let anyone know the details. There are ways that this can be used against you. Draco interrupted. I'm sure I can use it just fine. If my father has taught me anything, it's how to handle filthy blood traitors. A passage of time. And I thought your family could sink no lower. I'll see you at work, said Lucius Malfoy curtly. See you at school, spat Draco, pushing past Ron, throwing the rest of his wizard coffee in Ron's face, and leaving Flourish and blots. He had done it. Using the potion Professor Snape gave him, he could now appear and say something downright evil to that weasel's face whenever he wanted. Anytime Weasley said anything particularly stupid, he would feel a little twist in his stomach, and if he gave into it, he would instantly appear next to him. Snape had refined the initial potion so that it only worked in some areas of Hogwarts. He had made sure that the more embarrassing areas, something could happen, wouldn't work. Draco didn't listen that he had to practice, or he might not be able to resist, especially if it happened multiple times in a row. He finally had a way to make sure that traitor got what he deserved. The biggest bully possible. A passage of time. Malfoy was just finishing breakfast and walked out the door when he felt the feeling that had been described. He went with it and disappeared. A change of location. Bloody hell! She was just a bit over the top, wasn't she? Said Ron, dumbfounded after the howler from his mom. I heard your mum's howls all the time, annoyed about how poor you are, Malfoy drawled, appearing. Ron turned and just stared at him. Why was Malfoy way out here at the Herbology greenhouses when Slytherin had transfiguration across the castle? Harry turned and glared at Malfoy. Come all this way just to make fun of him? Oh, it's never an issue to show up and reward such intelligence, drawled Malfoy, dashing off. A passage of time. Draco sprinted up to the transfiguration room and thought he was good, sneaking in as McGonagall had her back to the room, writing on the board. 10 points from Slytherin, said McGonagall. But I was just 5 minutes late, Draco stammered. 5 more points, then. Students will not be late for my classes. I don't care what you think you're doing, McGonagall glared at him. Draco sat down and took out his books. 15 points lost with the first go of the spell? Not bad, but going to have to work to learn on the... Sorry. Not bad, but he was going to have to work on learning the Weasel's schedule if he was going to figure out when it was most convenient for him to make fun of the ginger. And so it continued. For the rest of second year, and third year, and fourth year, and fifth year. Almost every day, 2 or 3 times, Malfoy would appear, drop some scathing comments such as, "You're poor," or "Your parents are dead," sometimes when Harry was near. Halfway through the 5th year, it got so bad, Malfoy could manage to teleport across the castle once per hour to make fun of Weasley. He loved to just hum "Weasley is our king," having teleported, and then hid behind a suit of armor. The spell was great for him, though. The odds of Weasley saying something stupid multiple times in a row was far-fetched, so he had an easy time resisting the nearly irresistible pull that happened each and every time Weasley said something stupid. Fortunately, it didn't work in common rooms, bathrooms, or bedrooms on the Hogwarts grounds. Halfway through 6th year, Ron just couldn't handle it anymore. I just can't do this anymore, Ron bellowed, in between stuffing his mouth with all the food in sight. Jesus Christ, Ron! If you keep eating like that, you'll look just like Goyle. And you know he's trying to be bigger than the sun, Hermione said. Hermione, you know this isn't normal. No one can physically get to me when I say things unless he's apparating to me. Which, I mean, Ron trailed off. Isn't possible? Honestly, Ron, how many times are you not going to read Hogwarts a History? Hermione questioned. Apparating isn't possible on the grounds. Come on, Herms, Ron begged. Please help me. You know, go do the library thing you do and help me. I can't handle another year of this bully being able to magically appear to me anytime he wants. Oh, all right. I did get ahead on my homework that I guessed was going to be assigned last week, so sure, I can go ahead and handle this for you, Ron. Don't worry, I'll handle everything. I know you can't handle these things that well, and Harry only knows one spell, Hermione spewed, her eyes flashing like strobe lights. Wait, what? Harry asked, turning and looking confused. Oh, Harry, don't be silly. It's okay. I can see right through you and that one usual spell that you cast. I think I saw it first when Hermione trailed off. Right. Yeah. One spell. No worries, Harry said, whistling to himself as he gathered up his things. I need to go and drop off some things at the broom shed. Okay, Harry, have fun, said Hermione wickedly. I'm off to the library. A passage of time / space. And I'm going to check the chat. There are many callbacks. It's very good. Yes. And now I'm going to back to the story. Perhaps I'll start with magical eavesdropping. But then again, I read all those books last year to help destroy that vile Skeeter woman. Hope she enjoys her time in that special magic bubble under the lake. I think the squid knows how to give her more food through that small slit in the bottle, Hermione said out loud. Walking up and down the shelves, she began muttering to herself. Apparating the impossible, summoning charms, and bringing the best fortune to you? I can apparate now and so can you? There's so much here. But maybe I should start back with Hogwarts a History. Hermione grabbed an ancient copy marked Reserves. Do not remove from library. As she had special access to the reserve section, thanks to Madame Pince, the reserve section was for rarer, not darker tomes of magic. Hermione started reading and flipped through the entire 12,000-page book and quietly exclaimed, there's nothing in here around apparating on the grounds except that the headmaster can lift the charm. But that's not likely for Dumbledore to do to help Malfoy. And the timing. It's got to be something else. Are you sure you haven't read all the book? My father told me recently that Salazar Slytherin and Godric Gryffindor put a secret spell into the very foundation of the castle that allowed people to teleport through the castle once someone has been marked. It was a form of blood magic taught to them by the Scatterknock, of the Glenwood Forest, said a blonde girl from a nearby table. Hermione looked over at the table, at this small, blonde-haired girl reading a magazine upside down and wearing colored glasses. You're being strange. I've read this book cover to cover. You think you can find something I can't? Hermione said. The blonde girl walked over and started to flip through the book. She got to page 394 and stopped, staring at the page. She held it up, leaned over, and then reached in her pocket and withdrew a razor blade. She then proceeded to slip it on the edge of the page, which came apart, adding an entirely new chapter to the book. Sometimes a book doesn't want to tell all of its story at once, the blonde girl said. Hermione and the blonde girl began to read the chapter, and it was a page turner. Within the chapter was detailed the sordid affair of Slytherin and Gryffindor. They knew that when building the castle, they had to make sure that no one could just appear into the grounds, as that was a time when being magical was enough to get you killed by muggles. But they wanted to be able to appear next to each other anytime they wanted, so they could express their affection for each other. So, with a little spell work, a potion, and a coating of blood and squid ink at the very foundation of Hogwarts, the two would be able to teleport to each other anytime they wanted. The author of this chapter included the potion that the two had used to be able to teleport. It also included some potential variations that allowed teleportation to occur at different times or circumstances. They turned the last page and noted that it was some sort of magical requirement that the reader signed their initials to the page. Hermione quickly and professionally added her initials, H, J, G. The blonde girl followed with LL. Hermione noted, as the pages were starting to close up again, that the person before her was THBP, and the person before that just signed as P. What odd initials. The blonde girl giggled. See? I was right. Plus, who would have known Slytherin left because Gryffindor was a swinger? Hermione's mouth fell open, with a sudden flicker of color in her eyes, from purple to gold to blue to brown. She knew what she had to do. The passage of time. After Defense Against the Dark Arts, Hermione asked Ron and Harry to wait outside the classroom while she had a quick word with Professor Lupin. He had come back for 6th year at the request of Dumbledore and was more than happy to be back in the classroom. Hermione explained everything that she had read in that copy of Hogwarts: A History and the pattern that had appeared over the past several years. Lupin was skeptical. Honestly, Hermione, I've never heard of an enchanted book like that, Lupin said. Well, you haven't heard about a lot of dark things, Moony, Sirius Black said, walking into the classroom, Harry and Ron following. Sirius walked up to Moony and gave him a quick kiss on the lips. Hello, Moony, Sirius said. Hello, Padfoot. You couldn't wait until after class to come see me again? I was coming back to your quarters right after I finished talking to Hermione, Lupin said. It had been a joyous occasion that summer when Sirius had appeared in the Death Chamber in the Department of Mysteries. As near as the Order could determine, the same time that Voldemort had attained a body The veil had shattered, and Black and 5 other ministry wizards and witches appeared, as well as 2 ancient Greek muggles. The Unspeakables were still investigating what could cause such a break in death, but Sirius was cleared of all charges and declared an innocent man. Hermione recapped for Sirius what she believed was going on. Sirius made a face and called Harry over to him. Okay, I gotta. Assholesful Revelium location, Sirius said, pointing his wand at Harry. Harry's right hand suddenly flashed hot and turned green. Looking furious, he grabbed a vial out of his pocket, pointed his wand at the green spot, saying, Gaseosiful renderum, and the spot became gas and flew into the vial. I can't believe it! The bastard marked my grandchild, Sirius said, with a menacing look in his face. But, Sirius, what does that mean? Harry asked. Have you ever been saying something and Snape just appeared near you? Sirius asked. Why, yes. He does that quite often. It's like he has the best timing, Harry said. I can't believe Severus figured it out. I mean, I knew when James did it to him a few times, but it was just so far-fetched, Sirius said. Wait, so James did this sort of thing to Severus in school? Lupin asked. Yes, there were some things that stayed between just him and me. But now you know everything. Especially after I told you about that time, Sirius said. But, Professor, I was talking to you about Ron. Malfoy has been doing this to him since as long as we can remember, Hermione said. Sirius walked over, pointed his wand at Ron, and said, Assholesful Revelium location. He noticed then that there was a green mark and a blue one. Taking 2 vials from his robes, he pointed his wand at each spot in turn, saying, Gaseosiful renderum, and collecting the potions in the vials. I'll make sure that Severus is taken care of. But first, let's play a Marauder-style prank on Malfoy, Sirius said. A passage of time. Expelled. His wand broken. Disowned by his family. He couldn't believe it. Draco Malfoy was having a shitty day. It had all started well enough until Granger spilled pumpkin juice on him as he was leaving the Great Hall. Draco had stormed off, but then the familiar sensation. He turned on the spot, prepared to drop a casual, "You're poor, Weasel King," but was shocked. Usually, he would only be teleported to someplace public in the castle. Not a classroom, nor a dormitory, and certainly not next to someone's bed. What the fuck? How? Draco darted out of the dormitory. He ran down the stairs through the common room and out into the corridor. 100 points from Slytherin, screamed McGonagall. How dare you be in another house's dormitory? I'm sorry, Professor, I'm sorry, shouted Malfoy. He turned the corner, felt the familiar tug, and was surprised to feel it again so soon. He turned on the spot and fell into the large pool in the prefect bathroom. Harry Potter was at the edge of the pool with his tongue down the throat of Oliver Wood. But where is? Draco sputtered. Where is who? Wood asked in between kissing Harry. Draco climbed out of the pool and surprisingly slowly stumbled from Harry and Oliver, looking back several times. Draco exited the prefect bathroom and heard a familiar screech. Another 100 points from Slytherin, bellowed McGonagall. You are not a prefect. I'm sorry, Professor. I promise I won't let it happen again, Draco quickly said. Draco ran down the hall, turned the corner, and then he felt the tug again. He couldn't resist it this time. 2 times. 2 times through the secret lover teleportation technique in a row was enough to stop his ability to resist. He automatically turned and saw Ginny and Hermione locked in each other's arms, then crack, appearing in the dungeon, seeing Lockhart and Snape locked mouth to mouth, making out, then crack, into the DADA classroom to Sirius and Lupin, then crack, outside of the castle, seeing the giant squid inserting its tentacles into the windows of Hogwarts, then crack onto the broom shed to see Cormac McLaggen astride his Nimbus 2001, then crack, Harry and Oliver in the bathroom, crack, Crabbe and Goyle in the room of requirement, crack, Harry and Oliver again, crack. He turned and saw Dumbledore and McGonagall standing together. Professor, Draco said, out of breath. This had been strenuous. Why am I here? You're here because I permitted Sirius Black to play a small prank on you, rather than have him sue the school and likely own the castle, Dumbledore said with a twinkle in his eye. I slightly modified the potion so that you would appear to anyone who said your name. But wait, every time every time, Malfoy ejaculated. Yes, every time, Professor McGonagall said. But I decided to catch you the old-fashioned way. So, why was everyone... Draco trailed off. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I hope you realize how irresponsible, dangerous, and immature and idiotic it was what you did, Dumbledore said. With a flick of his wand, he caused Professor Snape to appear next to Malfoy. Headmaster? Snape questioned. Severus, you have betrayed the trust of this school. You know that marking students in such a way is strictly forbidden. I thought all these years Harry had been exaggerating. Clearly, he wasn't, Dumbledore said. Dumbledore flicked his wand again, and an entire container of vials rotated out, one after the other, from the storage closets in the office. All of them? Every single student in the school? I cannot believe you, Severus. How else was I to maintain discipline? That arrogant bastard Potter did it the same. Snape started, but was interrupted. Enough, Dumbledore said with finality. I'm sorry that James Potter bullied you in school, but you are a grown man. It's time you get over it. Dumbledore flicked his wand at Malfoy and Snape, and their wands flew toward him, shattering. Severus, you're fired. The Ministry will be here shortly to arrest you for your conduct. Malfoy, you're expelled. I messaged your father. You've been disowned. Now, out, said Dumbledore. You need me, Snape said. No, I don't. I finally have a way to stop Lord Voldemort, Dumbledore said. At that time, Harry, Hermione, and Ron walked into the office. He stood on his desk, walked to clear a space in the office, and began saying, "Voldemort, Voldemort, Voldemort, Voldemort," continuing until he had said it 42 times. Suddenly, the Dark Lord appeared. Hermione muttered a quick spell that she had learned in the reserve section, pointed her wand at Voldemort, and Harry stabbed Tom Riddle through the heart with a pipe. "But what about the Horcruxes?" Snape asked. "It's just a simple spell to..." Nope, wrong voice. "It's just a simple spell to bind his soul to his body. It negates Horcruxes," Hermione said. "Now that that's finished, Draco, will you please come and make out with me?" The end. What a beautiful, wonderful story. I loved it so much. Oh, man, thank you so much to the author here in the chat. That was like a masterpiece that you sent to us. I loved it so much. I could not wait to read it today. I was looking at the clock, counting down the seconds. I hope that you all enjoyed it because it was wonderful. We wanted to let you know that we are upping the word count limit as far as your submissions are concerned. We were saying 3,000 words. We're saying 5,000 now because we did want to make them a little bit longer. The last one was kind of short, and we were like, no, let's make them a little bit longer. So send us in your submissions. There have to be original works by you, 5,000 words or less. I'm looking for crackfic. I'm looking for some wholesome shit. I'm ready. Oh, my acting was great. Thank you. I forgot what voices I was doing like halfway through. Lost Draco at the end, but thank you. Hopefully Kim will be back soon in this context to give you guys some real A+ voice action. And yeah, the next one, keep an eye on Twitter and Facebook. We haven't formally planned the next one yet, but I am looking at Saturday in the afternoon. So we will keep you updated over on our social media platforms. Go follow us on Twitter, ring that bell or whatever for notifications. Or is that just YouTube? Who knows? But if you get notifications sent to your phone, we will just be posting updates there of when we're doing live streams, when we're doing some other random bonus garbage, whatever. So we will see you out there. No, we won't. We won't actually physically see you out there because we're staying in our house. Stay in your house if it is all possible for you to do that. And we will see you here on the YouTubes soon. Thanks, everyone. Good night.